And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grow. My name is Krisha, and this is going to be a quick update. I'm not going to say update. This is the first time I'm covering this coin on a daily video, but this is going to be one on Render. RNDR is the ticker symbol. It is one of the most popular requests on the comment section as well as the live streams. And also, more importantly, Render is trending right now, and what a powerful chart. Now, a lot of people are saying that, okay, this is not sustainable. It's a bit frothy. My opinion on Render is that, well, we opened brand new week, and I think we're going up further. Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about targets to the upside, what it is that I'm seeing on Render's chart. And there's a signature, okay, there's a signature on Render right now, on Render's trend, wherein if you notice it, it's going to be very easy for you to capitalize on good bid opportunities when they're presented to you. So we're going to be going over that signature today. Cool beans, cool beans. So with that, let's actually begin. This is Render on the daily time frame. I'm first going to start off with the Mango dashboard because we always start off every analysis with the dashboard. Dashboard helps us stay on the right side of the trend. You guys can find this on app.mangoresearch.co. Also, it's going to help you identify which coins are even worth trading right now. Right? Many pullbacks, many pumps. Ultimately, if you're not in the right coin, it's going to be opportunity cost for you. You do not, in the middle of a bull market, you do not want to be sitting in a coin that is not moving. Because bull markets, guys, they last, an average of 2 years? And honestly, my opinion is that I think we're already 1 year in. So anyways, RNDR right here, go ahead and filter out from your list. Let's get into the drop down. So now, the dashboard volatility and trend profile is essentially going to help us understand, okay, what's going on with the trend, as well as can we actually look for any pullback opportunities at this juncture. Now, what I'm seeing on Render is that we have long trends across the board, so the bulls are completely in control, okay. Returns, we have positive returns on all time frames. However, we do have potential bearish divergence. We have bearish divergence flag on the 12-hour time frame, not triggered yet. Every time you do see bearish divergence flags, they're potential. So you have to go ahead and flesh them out on the chart. Now, the volatility profile, I believe, is super high up there, right? 96, 77, 87, 87. We have these high red digits. When you see volatility expand to these numbers, I'm saying that, hey, you could look for a pullback opportunity. Now, while we could potentially get a pullback, I'm looking at a minor pullback because, I don't know, I really like how this weekly closed, or rather how the weekly opened. So I'll be showing you exactly what it is that I'm seeing. But yeah, we could see a minor pullback. That's essentially what I'm going to be gunning for. And one more thing alluding to a minor pullback is check out the 4-hour trend. We've been long for the past 13 hours. And so far, 13 hours, the bulls have only seen a 0.05% continuation on that trend, right? So there's clearly a battle going on the lower time frames. The bears are trying to fight right there, so you could catch a better bid. However, any bid that I'm looking at on Render right now is likely going to be a shallow bid, and I'll tell you why I believe that to be so. Now, before I pan out of the dashboard, guys, you guys can find this on app.mangoresearch.co, but Sean and I will be posting more trade setups under the premium video section right here. We think that the altcoins are looking freaking ripe. Sean actually believes that we're heading into the next altcoin rally as well. So eyes on the prize. Any trade setups that we do find will be heading into the premium video section. Alrighty, and someone asked me about this yesterday when I did announce the coupon code. B-Day 2024, guys, the coupon will be on for the next 2 days. And yes, it is applicable on the dashboard. I forgot to announce that yesterday, so yes, you can use it on all programs, indicators, and the dashboard as well. I'm going to say this again, your education before the indicators, okay? I promise you, every indicator, the dashboard, the dynamic, everything gets a lot more powerful if you have that base foundational knowledge. We'll be going over the programs in a bit, but for now, let's get into Render. Now, Render did open a brand new weekly candle, as did, well, the entire market, but this weekly open was actually spectacular. Okay, now what I was looking for on Render, first of all, please note that we are completely in price discovery, okay? In addition to that, what I wanted to see today was Render closing over this level right here, which comes in at around $12. All right, so for you, if you want the exact number, it's $12.09. Alrighty, now I was looking for a close over that, and notice we did get a close over that. Right now, the dashboard is telling us is that, hey, you can look for a pullback opportunity just based on those frothy volatility profiles. So I won't be surprised if we get a pullback into $12 before we see that next continuation rally. Right? Is there anything? Let's get into some of the lower time frames to see if there's anything alluding to a pullback for now. This could be a bit of an M, right? We're putting in a series of lower highs on this. Okay, so if we start breaking, say, this wick low right here, let me just go ahead and mark it out for you. We could start seeing a spillover down to $12 once again. From where prices at right now to $12, that's a good 7.7% on that dump. So you could get a better bid opportunity. Please note that Render is a volatile chart. So if you guys are looking to position, make sure you're catching amazing bid opportunities. Make sure you're catching your bids on proper levels. Because if you start trading in the middle of the range, all right, your overarching direction, say you think that Render is going up, yeah, you know what? You might be right. You might be right, but if you catch your bid in the middle of the range and prices dump, you have to sit through that pain. Question is, can you withstand the pain? All right, you got to work with yourself. You got to work with your mindset. You got to work with your trading psyche. And yeah, it's going to take some time to build, but if you think that's a weakness of yours, then try and capture bids on good levels. All right, it's just going to be much, much, much easier to stay in your trade. Ultimately, trading is also about resilience, but you got to build up to it. Alrighty, so to capture your trades at good levels that are going to be very, very easy for you to manage your trade off of. Because if Render starts breaking $12 on, say, the daily time frame, if I start seeing weakness on here, I know that, hey, you know what, potentially I can look for a better bid opportunity, at which point I'll get out of the trade and then I'll position lower. And you can see just how well $12 has been held in this entire range of consolidation. Right, so this is the 4-hour time frame, of course. It is a minor time frame, but for the past 48 to 8 days, you know, $12 is, yeah, it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle right there. You can actually draw out a range for yourself. Let me just go ahead and do that for you. It comes from around 1260 all the way down to 12, right? This is the range. But yeah, I'll say look for the bottom of that yellow, bottom of the red box territory to gun for a good bid. So I think we can get there based on the volatility profile. However, let's talk about that weekly open. Okay, I genuinely think that we did really well on the open. Okay, so what I'm looking for is a test and a bounce. But question is where to from there, right? Where to from there? This target is pretty good. I'm looking at a target range of around 15 to 20% from where price is at right now. All right, now please note that I understand that Render is in price discovery. Okay. However, when I look for targets, even when a chart has reached price discovery, I'm not just pulling it out of thin air. Okay, I have a system that I've been building for like years. I've been building the system to help me with these targets. I use volume, I'm looking at price action, I'm looking at price momentum to help me with these targets, to come up with these targets. So the next target that I particularly am going to be looking at is, let's get a drum roll, please. And this is it right here. It is a target zone, okay, going in from around $15.60 all the way up to $19. All right, from where price is at right now to that first $15 mark, that's going to be a good 20% to the upside. To $19, that's going to be a good 47% to the upside. I'm looking for Render to hold this region, $12.09. Take note of the number if you need to. All right, strength over this region is going to give me a tip on, hey, Render sees continuation to the upside all the way up to this next target range. Do I think Render stops there? No, I think this is a bull market. I think not just Render, but many of the altcoins have much, much, much higher targets that they have yet to achieve. Now, what I really, really like about this target zone is that there is massive confluence on here. So it's not just my system pointing to these targets. That's a good 40% from where price is at right now. Okay, but there's something else. There's something else. And that something else, guys, is a perfect cup and handle-like formation that actually activated back here. Okay, this was a perfect break on November. And if I go ahead and take the measured move of this cup and handle-like formation, plot it on the break, where does this take Render up to? $23. All right, so notice how it's very close to that target zone. We might very well overshoot the target zone, but it's getting up to that zone once again, that region once again. You can actually just go ahead. This is the next zone for Render. Now, of course, guys, we'll take this one step at a time because this is in price discovery. I'm not just going to be pulling out targets from thin air. I got to look at what price is doing right now. I got to look at the information on the chart to then come up to then forecast the next target after $20. All right, but a 40% range, 40 to 50% range on this looks freaking spectacular, especially if you are a swing trader or hell, even if you're riding the trend on Render. Now, for those of you who are looking to catch bids on Render, you're like, okay, Krisha, $12 is one bid. What about, is there anything else that you're seeing on this chart? Yeah, I think there's a signature. I think there's a trend signature that if you manage to catch that signature, if you manage to catch a bid on the signature, it's an easy one, okay? It's an easy one. And what is the signature? Get into the daily time frame, put on the Mango dynamic indicator. For those of you who have the dynamic access to the dynamic indicator, notice how ever since Render actually reversed from its bear market phase, okay, we've just been trending on dynamic support on the daily time frame. All right, so you get to stay very, very tight with that trend on the daily, right? Every test was picked up by the buyers. Buyers entered on every single test until we lost it. When it loses it, you know that, hey, you can gun for a better lower bid on Render. Right? But more importantly, what the dynamic helps you with is that you can capture your bids on dynamic support. Okay, and if it breaks, you know you are wrong so fast. You don't have to wait too long. And in fact, you get out with a minimal loss, because oftentimes prices breaks that dynamic support only to give you a retest. That way you can either get out at break even or sometimes even in a slight profit. Okay, so try and be very, very close to those levels. If you can capture those amazing bids on the signature, nothing like it. Because ultimately, as traders, you also need to know how to be a good loser. A good loser is someone who doesn't give too much back to the market. You can only do that if you're able to capture amazing bids. Okay, so the dynamic is going to help you with just that. And now we actually just got the test of the dynamic, and notice, guys, buyers stepped in right here. Buyers once again stepped in right here as well. For now, we have already gotten the impulsive move off of the dynamic supports, but if you still want the levels on here, please go ahead and take note of it. It comes in from around $10.12, going all the way down to $9.72. Of course, I will be updating you on these numbers with every new print, because they do change. And if I see another bid opportunity on there, I will be bringing it up to your attention. All right, so make sure you're hitting the sub and the bell icon if you want to keep up. However, if you are someone who has a big bag and you are trading this aggressively, you can find the dynamic indicator on the mangoway.com/dynamic. And yes, the birthday coupon does apply on the dynamic as well, B-Day 2024. But I'll say this again, guys, if you are looking to get either the indicators or the course, like you can only decide between one or the other, get the courses. I cannot stress this enough. Like, your education is going to pay dividends, I promise you. And if you don't believe me, just get into the testimonial section, the Discord chat. All right, it's on the left-hand side, and just go and look at what everyone's had to say so far and how much of a game changer the seed program was to their portfolios. All right, it is going to pay dividends, not just right now in capitalizing on these crazy freaking altcoin trends. We are in a bull market right now, but it's also going to help you capture your profits at the right time. You do not want to be giving too much back to the market when the bull market turns into a bear market. You need to know how to identify those turns. All right, that's where the programs are going to help you big time. All right, so that's just one tip for you guys. Now, this is the update on Render. Eyes on the prize, eyes on the bid. I'm looking at $12.09. If we start losing $12.09, then yes, dynamic support is that next bid opportunity. Okay, it's going to be an easy one to manage. Targets to the upside, guys, we are looking at an entire zone. I'm looking at $15 going all the way up to $19 to $20. Okay, that's going to be a good 40% to the upside. So this is the update on Render. I hope you guys liked this one. If you did, smash like, and I will now see you in the next one. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.